welcome to the TV show where we talk about American Horror Story Coven, and we're going to talk about spoilers, man. We're going to spoil the hell out of this episode. If you haven't seen it yet, get out of here. I'm Steve Zaragoza.
I'm Danny Rosenberg.
I'm Elliot Morgan.
Did you call yourself Nanny Rosenberg?
It sounded like it. It sounded like it said at least Annie.
Annie.
Well, you'll see it down there. Is there an apostrophe after the D?
Today there is.
All right, so a lot of stuff happened in this episode. By the way, pretty twisted episode. Pretty dark.
Very twisted.
Got pretty gross.
And just plot-wise, too. You never knew what was going to happen.
Yeah, twists and turns.
Yeah.
So, right off the top of the bat we have here, where we'll play baseball in the batting cage.
Pretending we have sports.
We go back in time to when Maria was having a party at her place with her daughters. Some dude is a potential suitor for one of her daughters. What's her name? Poquito?
Doesn't matter.
Gordita,
yeah.
And
Quesadilla.
And she's like, you should go through my house of horrors and see if you're a suitable person.
Really good accent.
She's got this,
Thank you very much.
This reasoning that if you can't handle my bowl of eyeballs, you can't fuck my daughter.
Well, but that's the thing. Like, she was just straight up fucking with him and made him put his hand in a bowl of eyeballs. And you're right. If you can't touch a hand...
His answer's great. Oh, madam, it must have taken you a long time to pluck all these grapes.
Yeah.
Like, he's
and she's
totally
like, fuck
cool
you
with
and
it.
your grapes. And
Like, at least play the game if you're trying to, like, get to her, like, be like, oh, wow, this feels so gross. I'm assuming it's grapes, right? Haha. But no, he's, like, 100% confident.
Well, I mean, but you definitely wouldn't have assumed they would have been eyeballs.
Well, true.
And then it cuts to, like, her ripping eyeballs out of the poor people's faces, which is terrifying.
It's nasty.
So, it kind of returns us back to this idea that Kathy Bates' character is very evil, despite being this rather sympathetic character in the modern-day timeline.
Yeah, you kind of, in the past episodes, you have sort of felt bad for her. She's the most racist person in the world, like, probably living.
This box lies!
She's officially the most... Yeah, she cries when she finds out there's a black president.
Yeah.
But then Queenie saves her life in the last episode, and then she kind of says, like, that black woman saved my life. And so she kind of...
She's
getting
been,
it.
like, The modern is my favorite on the show. She's so quotable. Kathy Bates.
Oh, yeah, no, she's the best. Yeah, she says the best stuff. You little hooligans.
Yeah,
she's the best. So, all right, anyway, and exactly, Elliot,
Yeah.
we've established that even though we were feeling sorry for her, she did some terrible shit to her daughters, man. Locked them up in a cage for a year.
Her daughters, after her mom blocks her super bad, she's like, we should kill Mom.
Well, how did she find out, though?
Mom was outside the door. Also, she's a fucking witch. She's
No,
like,
she's not a witch.
She's evil.
Madame is not a
whatever.
witch. She's
All
just
moms
evil.
can hear everything.
Dude,
they
I
got
don't know.
radar, eyes in the back of their head.
That's true.
She takes her kids down to
up to
the house of the basement of horrors, attic of horrors,
the attic of horrors. Yeah, that's what it is.
She goes up to the one daughter and she's like, for Christmas, I'm gonna stuff your canary mouth full of shit.
She's like, no!
I really don't want that.
Dude, and you're like, holy shit, this is crazy.
So good.
That's the last thing I want to do for the holidays.
I'm gonna stuff your canary mouth. And that's the thing, like, she locked up her 3 daughters for a year, man. Up in the attic with, like, skinned people and dying people.
So we cut back to later in the episode. There's zombies, like we talked about last time. There's zombies, they're there. And she tries to talk sense into her mom. She's like, no, wait. Kathy Bates is like, please, to the zombie.
She's seeing her daughter.
I can make amends, please.
Yeah.
You know
and
it's
the
coming.
daughter's like,
you're waiting.
no,
Yeah.
fucking put shit in my mouth.
And you can't tell if it is just her being voodoo magicked into just, like, it doesn't matter who you are, I'm gonna kill people.
No,
or if there really is a little bit of, like, remembrance of her past.
I want you to think about if your
remembrance.
mom ever put feces in your mouth.
Oh my god, you would remember that in
Did that actually
forever.
happen, or was it just she says she's
I mean,
going
we
to
can
do that?
only assume
I
it
feel like
happened.
she's a woman of her word.
I guess we have,
We have to assume it happened.
I'm just wondering timeline. Maybe it happened
she
before
forgot.
next Christmas, and she didn't get her canary.
Merry
mouth
Thanksgiving! I got it. Yeah, let's do it for Thanksgiving instead. Here's some shit for you to eat. But yeah, so anyway, it's evil. She gets attacked by her own daughter, a zombie version, and we think like, whoa, she could die. Like this could be the end of Kathy Bates' character.
Her character's immortal.
Well, that's what Sarah was saying too.
If
but
she
like,
gets fucked up, is she just gonna walk around with like?
Well, but I don't know if she's immortal to age or if she's immortal to like death.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Immortality
Maybe she
is
could
weird
die.
like that.
Yeah,
It seems like if you stabbed her, I bet she'd probably
that's the
die.
thing, like,
but
so-
it's like that kind of different immortality of like being ageless, not really.
Yeah. Well, and she
I kind
also
of want her to be like the Holy Grail, like like one arm off.
Oh yeah, it's just
a scratch.
Yeah, but well, she ends up stabbing her daughter through the chest just before she's about to kill.
And then she feels
Queenie.
really bad forgot about it.
Well,
She's like,
but she was able to kill it that way,
Yeah.
so I can only assume that you can kill these undead things. But
Through the heart
we
or
need to talk
whatever.
about Queenie.
So-
Yeah.
Queenie starts to get attacked by the zombies.
she slits her own throat.
Slits her throat.
Yeah.
And the zombie's like, nope.
Nope, nothing's working, and then all of a sudden, boom! Kathy Bates to the rescue.
Yeah.
I love this
Yo,
relationship.
though.
I love
Kathy Bates and
the
Queenie
Queenie
has.
stuff. Yeah, that's really sweet.
I love it. I want them, and I love how she's like, "Rest, girl, you gotta rest," and she's like, "I'll go check on the others." And
Get me
then
a
Queenie's
Coke.
like, "Get me a
If
Coke."
they did a
That's
spin-off,
my favorite.
if they did a spin-off with
get me
just
a Coke.
Queenie and Bates as roommates, I would watch it.
It's
Yeah,
the best.
totally. 100%.
I love it.
That's and I guess there's a rumor. Ryan Murphy said that he wants to like potentially turn the season into a spin-off. That it would still be like
Please.
like,
Whoa, it's
Bates
gonna be
and
about
Queenie.
the witches?
about the witches because he loves this season so much.
Yeah.
So my idea, you can have this Ryan Murphy. Please credit me at some point.
Or don't.
Well, I credit Danny. It's her idea, really. Make it all about Queenie and Kathy Bates.
Hey,
Yeah.
you're Bates, I'm Queenie.
Oh yeah, I did it. Well, I am not gonna let this colored girl tell me what to do.
sandwich.
Okay.
So we'll see if that happens. But
Okay.
later on, we get updated on Cordelia, who got a crunked up look in the
Cordelia.
face
Ooh.
because apparently we find out that it was sulfuric acid that was dumped on her face by some mystery woman who is apparently stalking the hospital that Cordelia is
Yeah.
at.
Well, you said
We don't-
mystery
woman.
woman.
We
but
don't
we don't
know.
know
It
if it's a
could be
woman.
anybody.
The only reason why
True.
we think it's a mystery woman is because Jessica Lange spins it that way.
Sure,
That way.
you're right.
Everybody.
It might not be. You're totally right. It's probably not now. Ooh, I hope it's Zachary Quinto. I hope he's finally there.
I know it's gotta be somebody. It's gotta be somebody.
Yeah.
Anytime I see a big shroud, I just want it to be Kinto. Doesn't matter
Guys,
where I'm at.
Uh-huh.
I thought of something really fucked up, and I was telling Sarah, and she's like, "No, that's too fucked
Let's
up."
hear it. Say it. Say it.
What if it was Jessica Lange that did it? Like she had someone do it to her own daughter. Like I
Maybe.
can't
She
think of the reason
seems
why
really
right
upset
now.
about it.
She seems really upset about it, but she sees the shadowy figure leaving the bar, and she actually sees it happening. She could just run out and try to catch that person. That's definitely the person that did it.
I will say though, I think that whoever it is will have some kind of powers because, as we find out later, Cordelia has sort of inherited this new omniscient ability.
Yeah.
Because her husband comes, and her husband and Sophia do not get along
No.
at all.
No.
Sophie's like
Fiona.
Yeah, thanks.
No.
I've never seen the show. But Fiona.
Thanks for joining us, Elliot.
Yeah, good to be here. Thanks for having me. But Fiona, they don't get along. Feels like I'm gonna give you 15 minutes, and then one of us has to leave, and it's gonna be you. Or whatever,
Yeah, yeah.
some bull crap. And he's like, hey, like I'm so sweet to you, and I'm never gonna leave you, and I don't care about any of this. And he grabs her hand, and it's this epic flashback that you see Cordelia have, where it shows everything that
She
he's
sees the
done.
jackhammer.
Yeah!
She sees
He's banging
everything,
the maid!
and her scary little crunked up face is just like.
Her eyes open.
I love it.
Well, that was a cool shot because her eyes, you can see her eyes look all scarred and
Yep.
burnt. I've never seen a really cool looking
Wouldn't
makeup
that be
effect like
great
Cool.
if that was how it happened for anybody who cheated? Just like, hey, hon, what?
Well, I like the idea
Instant
that
karma.
So this is the thing: is Cordelia is blind now. I mean,
But she can see.
she can still see, which is
I
really
really
cool.
like that cheesy part
But
of it.
I know
but
I
now
like that
she
idea.
Can see
Well, but check out this concept. The
She was
concept
blind,
is
but
that
now
like
she can see.
they say that people who have been able to see and then go blind, their other senses become
Yeah.
heightened.
Yeah.
So it would only make
This is
sense.
scientifically
Yeah.
factual.
But and it would only make sense that a witch, someone who has already cool, capable abilities, would develop a heightened ability above being blind.
Well, I'm still.
I like that idea.
Yeah, I like to think though that it indicates that whoever did it to her has something going on too. It's
Okay,
not just
all right,
a
we'll
hired
take
guy.
it. We'll
For
take
sure.
it.
It's gotta be somebody.
Fiona doesn't take her daughter's face getting fucked up real well. She wanders around the hospital, and
she gets all
finds-
fucked up on pills
Yeah,
and
she
stuff,
does.
yeah.
She breaks into this pill room, and
Yeah.
she's like, Christmas.
Yeah, she's got a flask and she starts taking pills.
And then she finds this woman. This was my favorite part of the whole
Oh,
episode.
yeah.
She finds this woman who's just had a stillborn. And she puts the baby back in her arms and makes the woman talk to her. And at first, during the whole scene,
It's
I'm
hard to
like,
watch.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
it's not cool.
I want
I
her
don't.
to bring the baby back to life, but I don't know if that's going to happen. And I was also open to her just being so fucking twisted in the head over this thing that she just tortures this woman.
Yeah, for no reason,
for
'cause she's inherently evil or
Because she
something.
makes the woman talk to her baby, and it feels crazy, but it's also a really emotional scene.
Yes, super
And she
emotional.
brings the baby back to life.
Well, she makes her say that like you love her till the day you die, or till you die, and you'll be a good parent or whatever. Yeah, and then she brings the baby
And
back
that was
to
a
life.
whole other I love when they just throw in like how powerful she is.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Just
You get
one
these little
snippet.
glimpses.
Here's what's up. She can bring babies back to life. She can't fix that face.
Yeah, what the fuck? I thought she was gonna pull the baby's eyes
Guys.
out and give her the eyes. Give the baby's eyes to Cordelia.
Baby's eyes are so
God,
small.
Steve.
Yeah, but she'll be able to see still.
What
She
is
got little
that's
Yeah, but she can just wear those big
She has-
sunglasses that cover the face that all the girls wear these days.
beady eyes. She'd have creedy eyes.
I mean,
they keep popping out.
How did your mind go there?
Maybe her eyes will
Danny
grow
and I,
up
Danny
to
and I are
be
watching,
adult
I
eyes.
hope she brings the baby back to life, and you're sitting there watching.
Pop her eyes out.
I bet he's gonna eat it.
Well, isn't it scientific fact that your eyes are always the same size from when you were born to now?
I think they grow a little bit. They don't grow as much as they.
The next time I see a baby, I'm gonna get real close.
Yeah,
to his
let me
face.
see them eyes, baby. So yeah, moving
harping
on.
on the mystery of this, who did this, who's in that cape and whatever, dumping sulfuric acid on powerful
did
witches
it?
everywhere. We find that the council has returned because zombies will do that, and the whole place is going to hell in a handbasket. And so they show up and they're like, "We have a problem. We are going to take you out." And we are going to replace you with us, and we are going to act as the Supreme until the next Supreme comes along.
Fiona's like, and real quick wraps it around, creates this scenario that I don't even know if it was real or not.
Yeah.
I can't tell what's.
It's definitely not real. It can't be.
And she
not-
frames
yeah.
Myrtle for it, and they burn Myrtle.
They
at
burn
the
Myrtle.
stake.
It's so fucked up. It's
Did
like,
you see the
wait a
title
minute.
for the episode? It's called "Burn Witch Burn."
Yeah.
Wow, really?
And I knew,
Well,
And
how
it
cool was it? And here's the thing, like, I thought it was a little cheesy and weird. I was like, what the fuck's going on here? But kind of Quentin Tarantino, how they like cut to the desert and that music's
But it was
playing.
funky.
It was
I didn't
totally
like it.
Tarantino.
They were like, gonna burn them.
Yeah,
I
and they're all
loved
like
it.
marching through the
so
desert.
Weird.
It's
so
so weird.
You expect the whole time it's gonna be like this big epic dark scene, and then
Yeah.
it cuts that music.
And who were those
Yeah.
dudes with them? Who was that?
Those are the
albino
guys
dude?
that go along with the council. They're like the chaperones.
Oh.
We saw them originally when they came in the first time. They were bringing luggage in and stuff like that.
I didn't notice
But
that.
yeah, like or when Cordelia, or no, maybe they're Fiona's.
It's some they're
Whatever.
They're
around,
Fiona's
yeah.
people, I think.
But-
Anyway, but
The screams from Myrtle
But
when
no,
she's
the way that
burning
they're
were
all coming
horrifying.
in. We've got to talk about them coming in, and then they're like, "What is happening?" And then Queenie says, "You don't mess with the Supreme."
Oh yeah, she's like, don't.
Yeah, you don't mess with the
Don't do
Supreme.
that.
Yeah, and so they're all watching Myrtle. They asked her what her last words were, and she said, "You're all like frogs boiling in a pot, and I'm not going to be around to. I'm glad I won't be.
I'd
around
rather
to
burn
boil."
than boil.
Yeah.
And then fucking Fiona's like, okay,
Yeah,
with her
boom.
cigarette.
Boom.
Oh,
and
the
then-
best, my favorite moment of the entire episode though was right when she's like, "You're gonna burn," when she twists the whole scenario or whatever. The look that Fiona gives when she's like, "Just burn me," like Jessica Lange does this like the most subtle glare at her. Then it cuts to the desert scene.
Yeah.
It is awesome.
Yeah.
She just is like. And it's like this totally like pure evil thing. And yeah, you see that same kind of mentality happen, which is
Well, and the crazy thing is
fire.
so
She's cold as ice.
we watch Myrtle burn, and we see the reactions of each person, and everyone's pretty shocked to be watching
We
this.
see the
especially
what's the
Zoe.
reaction?
Zoe's eyes are just so super wide. Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, she's just watching this happen, and then we hear Myrtle's screams, which are terrifying.
They're so gross.
And then she like stops, and this kind of like ethereal thing happens, and her soul is just gone or something. And then that's the end. And so they just kind of leave, and that's that. No more Myrtle.
Yeah.
And prior to this, too, jumping back to like the whole zombie situation, we have to mention in terms because a lot of new powers appeared in this episode. Zoe had a new power while she was. It looked like they were surrounded by zombies. Like the
Yeah,
zombies
she
would
actually
overtake them.
her new
She had
power
some-
is deduction, because she's actually finally starting to think a little bit and get a goddamn chainsaw
Yeah.
and start ripping zombies
They had
apart.
that classic
Yeah.
through the skull.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
yeah.
I love her
B-movie.
impulsive. But that's the
Loved
thing.
it.
Zoe's impulsiveness with like all the shit she's been doing in the series so far. I'm thinking, what are you thinking about half of the shit you do, girl? And then she finally makes a good decision and starts zombie
Yep.
chopping
Yeah.
all of these like zombies
It
with
was
the chainsaw, which is
great.
great. Yeah, and then we see Marie Laveau like floating up in the air, and her voodoo is so powerful that she's like fucking floating, and her eyes are all like
She's
clear
taking
and
a
shit.
nap. And she's ruining lives.
She's taking a voodoo nap.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
They're only
so
supposed to do that about 20 minutes.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
alright,
I know, yeah. She's gonna have a little headache afterwards.
Yeah.
So there's the last dude. Her chainsaw's done. She's leaning back. She just goes, "Go back to your nature.
Yeah, is that what she said?
And-
She
yeah.
said something.
Oh, she
She
said
goes-
go back to your nature. Oh, go back to nature or something like that.
Go to your nature.
Go to nature. Some weird thing. She said a witchy thing. You know, when witches
witchy
say those
thing.
things.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then all of them are just
Naughty by nature."
Marie Laveau, whatever her name is, bam, hits the ground.
Yeah.
And she goes, "I don't know if they got some power there."
Which is cool because
Yeah.
that's just setting kind of the groundwork for maybe Zoe being
Maybe.
the Supreme.
She has to be the Supreme.
It would make sense because the opening of the entire season was her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we
And
don't
if-
know.
But I kind of don't I don't want it.
We don't know where
She's so
it's
lame.
going, but I love.
Cool
I want it
Supreme.
to be such a badass.
Well, I
thing.
love the aftermath, especially with Nan and her crush on this.
I don't
boy.
think Nan's Supreme anymore, by the way. Because she was just stigmatized, the whole zombie thing. All she cared about was that
I
dude.
know,
Yeah, I've never
but
thought
Nan
that.
She wasn't even trying.
But wouldn't you be? Nan is like, this guy is actually like bringing her cake and stuff like that, and bringing her presents.
There's zombies around. The last
Yeah, I
thing
think
I'm
we have
worried about is
priorities.
a dude. I'm like,
Well, she wanted
I
to
gotta
save
watch
him. She
out.
wanted to save him. She felt bad for him. She saved him. She's got a good heart. But I love the fact that what's her name says it's okay for him to stay in the bed up there, and she just runs back upstairs. She's like, "Thank you!" Like, who knows what she's gonna do up there with that boy while he's
Can
sleeping?
we talk about the saddest part of the whole episode real fast?
What's that?
When the butler rips off Emma Roberts' arm.
Oh man, I love how even he's grossed out by the smell.
Yeah, he
of the
goes,
corpse.
"Ugh."
He like goes.
He's spraying Febreze like it's going out of
Febreze.
business.
Yeah, exactly. They don't take care of this dead
Stupid
body
doll
smell.
outfit.
Oh, and I love when Zoe's like, "We all need to go up to what's his name's room. Let's
He's
go."
like,
So he's like, okay, well, if not your room, maybe another one then.
Yeah,
We'll
exactly.
just choose a room.
Yeah, Zoe took charge of that situation.
Yeah, she
So
sure
they,
did.
they get that situation under control, but come to find out, Stevie Nicks is still in town.
Yeah, I
Stevie
love
Nicks
it.
starts
Have it.
wandering up to the stake. It was really late when I watched this because I watch it late at night.
Mm-hmm.
I was almost asleep, and I just went, "Fuck yeah!"
Yeah, it's
Because
so
I
cool.
knew what was gonna happen.
Well, it's so
I was like,
cool
yeah!
because, and here's the thing, Stevie Nicks is weird. She's doing all. I mean, she obviously is out of her goddamn mind. But
She's
I
got great
love
taste in
the
shoes,
idea that she might be assembling this like crew of witches that are gonna fight the bad witches, maybe.
Yeah.
Because obviously Fiona is not a good witch. She's lying.
No.
She's murdering people. She's abusing her powers. She never cared about the council or the witches enough for her.
But
to
she's an
take care of
emotional
shit.
wreck.
Yeah,
And
but
I
I
love
mean,
that.
but the thing is even when she was younger, you could tell she thought she was hot shit.
I mean,
and so she
she's gonna
abused her
get-
powers.
She's gonna get humbled.
Yeah, oh, of course.
be
And that's
great.
the thing, and that's her whole life. And so now we have Stevie Nicks, and Myrtle is alive, but God bless her heart, she's gonna be a crispy, burnt hot
Ellie and I
dog.
were like, please don't let her just get like, you know how they Stevie Nicks puts them in the mud and then they look normal again.
Yeah.
Don't put her in the
Nope.
mud.
Keep her looking
Oh, you
freaky.
want her to look
I
all
want her to
gross
look
like
like
that?
Freddy
Can
Krueger
you
the rest
imagine?
of the season.
Like, it's creepy enough when you got
It's
some
so
mystery person in a
scary.
cloak walking around throwing sulfuric acid. Imagine you got crazy McBurndle hopping out of the
She looks
shadows.
like a Looney Tunes character when a thing of
Yeah.
TNT
Yeah.
went off.
She
to
looks
the
like the
ground.
guy in Beetlejuice that's smoking the cigarette in the waiting room.
I want her to be like crispy, terrifying.
And also, you mentioned the kind of ethereal, her soul leaving
Yeah.
or whatever when she gets engulfed in flames. I like the
yeah.
idea of this being same thing with like what's his name?
Oh,
She's
yeah.
gonna be this sort of the innocence in her will be gone, and she'll be
She's like kind of
operating
this
purely
Frankenstein
out of
monster
vengeance.
type thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or still
I'm
be
so
like
excited.
together, but just pure evil.
It seems like she cared so much about the magic, though, and she devoted her life to magic that there's got to be some. Because that
was
poor girl's
wrongfully
life.
burned at the
Yeah,
stake.
think about her
She's
life,
gonna
man.
inflict some hurt.
I want to see her
and
get back
I will
at
say
Fiona.
I'm
too,
stoked.
I'm curious if because a lot of the imagery in that scene is very reminiscent of the crucifixion, because you have, especially at the end, you have somebody coming and you have this person who's dead, and then there's the resurrection.
Yeah, the
and everything.
resurrection, yeah.
So I'm curious if there will be kind of maybe it's the
Oh,
opposite.
like
Maybe
a-
it's ultimate like forgiveness. and
Yeah,
it's like,
maybe.
That'd be so boring.
I know, right?
But I don't want forgiveness. I want to see Myrtle like fucking kill Fiona. I want to see that because
I want to see it in real.
I feel so bad for Myrtle. Myrtle is like the kind of girls that I liked in high school. The ones that were like, they were pretty and they also were smart and they also deserved all the
Yeah.
things they got. And it was always the prettier girls that like got
Yeah.
everything out of it. I so sympathize for Myrtle big
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
I want to see her succeed. I want her to be the hero along with Zoe. And then in fact, I'd
I don't
like
give
to
a
see
crap about Zoe. I wish I did, but I
I'd
don't.
like to see Myrtle
I
and
know.
Zoe, like Myrtle teach Zoe or something like
Maybe.
that. I just love Queenie. I don't give a shit.
Oh,
I just want more
during the
Queenie.
zombie thing, I kept waiting for for Evan Peters to come back in and be like, "Ugh."
Yeah, I know, right? That's what I thought too. I thought,
she was gonna
gonna
like
show
cut
up.
him and be like, "No."
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway,
Hey,
guys.
guys.
Yeah, thank you so much for watching this episode with us, and we can't wait till next week to find out what the
Yes.
hell's going on in this crazy ass show.
Crazy.
It's just getting better and better. And again, this is so far my favorite episode of the series.
And keep giving us your theories because I love reading them in the comments.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
guys
for
have-
sure.
yeah.
And also, just like Danny said last time, if you want to watch the first season of American Horror Story, if you haven't and you want to get into the show, you can go to netflix.com/SourceFed and get a month of streaming movies, and you can watch the first season. And then eventually, I'm sure the second season will end up on there. And then
And
you
in the
can change it.
meantime, you can watch
That was like
hold on.
six. There's like 6 of them.
I got it. Here it is. House of Cards. That's what I meant to say. House of Cards. My brain kept wanting to say Orange is the New Black, but I kept stopping myself.
What about the annoying Orange is the New Black?
Very tired.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. I'm Steve Zaragoza.
I'm Danny Rosenberg.
I'm Elliot Morgan.
I like Queenie's when she was like, when they asked her where she thought Emma Roberts was, and she's like, I don't know. She's probably got like did drugs or like she probably blew the Grim Reaper or something.
Oh yeah.
She's probably dead because she gave the Grim Reaper a hand job or something. I can't remember. It was so good.
I don't want to think about the Grim Reaper.
So did she just heal? Does it ever show her heal?
I guess Queenie?
Yeah.
Well, when she cut her throat, it like opened, but then it like
Yeah.
sealed right back up. So like, and then when she put her hand in the acid,
It
she
still
like
messes
removed
with
it.
Nothing.
Well, it like instantly does it, but then when she pulls it out, it's like clean or whatever. So I don't think she
I
feels
wonder
the
if
pain.
You don't think so? Oh yeah,
think
she
so.
can't because she sits there and she goes.
Yeah.
Whenever she stabs her.
Yeah.